this is going to be one of the smallest and most compact keyboards that I have ever built. So thanks to Acko for sponsoring this video. This is the ACR Top 40. We've heard of the ACR lineup before. It's basically a hot swappable keyboard kit, but this one is a 40% layout. You've got all these keys here, and to make this really work in your functional life, probably want to use some layers, because where's the question mark? Where's the question mark? Nowhere. That's where. So I'm not sure how I would like this keyboard, but I do want to build it, and I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. I hope. We might be doing a couple mods to it, but the box, it's got Acko and the name, some of this stuff, and what the layout is supposed to look like. So this is actually pretty useful. So this will be my first time building something from Acko using one of their kits, which is pretty cool. Got a manual. There's QR codes everywhere, and you've got QMK hotkeys. Please read this manual carefully before using this product. I don't know if I do that. We'll come back to this later. There's a accessory box. The accessory box is like bigger than the keyboard. And then there's the keyboard kit. Let's hope they give us some good stuff. Oh, that's nice. There's a bunch of screws. It might be gasket mounted. These look like little gasket socks. We've got mini screws and Allen wrench. So a variety of tools and screws and all kinds of things. You also get this keycap puller. There is an Acko brand on it. It's just very light. Oh no, I see something. This is the oh no part. The coil is, it's a coil. It is not braided, so it's fully plastic, very hard, sort of a stiff cable. The shape of it is a little funky. Yeah, this is up to you. I would have preferred a straight cable for me personally, but you got it if you want it. And the keyboard, one of the smallest keyboards you've ever seen. For some reason, it rattles. There's gotta be a missing screw. We're probably gonna have to open it up. So it's super lightweight, super duper duper lightweight. On the back, you've got 8 hex screws keeping it together, 4 rubber feet, no Keycap feet or anything. It's a really flexible polycarbonate plate mounted stabilizers. It's missing a screw here, so that's probably the rattling. We've got 1 screw here, no screws here, and this one's missing and this one's missing. So 3 missing screws. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but south-facing LEDs, 5-pin hot swap sockets. Just gonna take it apart so I can fix it. And they do give you the Allen wrench for the case screws, but to take this off, you've gotta supply your very own toolkit. Now it's becoming quite a project, but that's okay, it makes sense. There was a mod I wanted to do to this keyboard anyways, and that is the almighty famous tape mod. Wow, there's like 3 kinds of screws. You need a flathead, a Phillips, you need a Phillips and a flathead at the same time. What if I hold this back here like so? I can just use the Phillips. Quite the process for something so small. And now I can finally take it apart. Okay, so it is gasket mounted, although it appears to be an integrated plate. You've got all these socks on the side with these screws going through or under. None of this really makes sense. Judging from how it is shaped, it could be gasket mounted, but right now the configuration is top mount. What are we doing here? This whole thing is just confusing. It's sort of interesting that they made the top mount the default, and then your instruction manual doesn't tell you anything. Gasket mounted, that's what we're doing. You have this layer of what appears to be styrofoam that goes in between the plate and PCB, and then you've got a layer of PE foam, and you have holes here for screw-in stabilizers. If you want something a little bit more stable, a little bit more custom, that's an option with this PCB. It's hot swap sockets. There's just 1 ribbon cable. Before I put it into the case, I think it would be smart to combine these 2 together. And this just makes it so that this is 1 piece instead of everything plopping around. Tape mod time. So there's no battery here. I'm not too afraid that it will set on fire or anything. Ooh, at the bottom here, you've got this layer of silicone foam that's very thick. Ta-da, and screw it back together. That is easy as cake. But cake is not easy to make because I am a terrible baker. Great keyboard builder, terrible at cooking. 8 screws, magic, right now. Okay, so far we have fixed these standoffs for all the positionings. We've also tape modded it. If this case has backlight, well, it no longer has backlight because now it's got blue tape on the bottom, so my bad. Sound overall, right? Although a backlight for a case like this would be pretty superb. We'll use our switches for today's project, and these are the Eclair green switches sent to me by Kinetic Labs. You can find a link to the keyboard, the switches, and the keycaps I'm going to use all down below. Maybe this gasket mount does not work. It's so flimsy in here. I take back everything that I said. This keyboard does not have the option to be gasket mounted. It is a top mounted keyboard. I think that's why it's called the ACR Top 40. This is not as magical as I thought it would be. This middle layer of foam, I think it's just too flimsy, and it doesn't provide enough support to put in the switches without caving. And the standoffs don't provide enough support either. Either that or this plate is too tight to fit these switches. There's a lot of things that could be off. Okay, switches are on. Are they perfect? No. So I put everything back together. It's officially top mounted now. And for keycaps today, we'll be using Drop DCX's newest keycap set, the Latte keycap set. Ooh, lattes and Eclair switches. What a perfect combination. Some kind of European breakfast with pastries and coffee. It is a brown set, and I'm hoping it has 2 space bars, which by the looks of it, I think we have 2 space bars. Usually with 40% keyboards, you gotta do this weird discombobulated thing where you find pieces that fit. Like this backspace, is that gonna fit? That's not gonna fit. So we can't use that backspace, can't use that enter. This is why you see weird keyboards with like a ton of shift keys everywhere, because that's the only thing that you could fit. The true struggles of a 40% keyboard. Nothing's in the right place, but it works. And that is the keyboard. Ooh, really great backlight so far. Only places you don't see it is on the tape there, but it's got side glow. It's just not very diffused well, so you see the different lights and the different zones. ACR Top 40. This is a $89.99 kit. It's QMK VIA compatible and can be programmed pretty easily. Unique sound profile, it says. And then ACO has MDA keycap sets that are compatible with this. So it's hot swap, top mount, RGB, double shot plate mount stabilizers for additional colors. Ooh, looks like we can connect right away to VIA. This is the base layer. The second layer got the number key on top, page up, page down, home and here, delete. You can do up to 5 layers. Currently there's only the base layer and the first layer that's programmed. So I would change this base to shift, because the shift here is really unreasonable to access. Everything's really strange. So I'll do the typing test. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. The sound is not bad. The sound's pretty decent. The stabilizers are all really, well, there's only 2, so there's just this one and this one. They're pre-lubed already, so you don't have to do much. Because of the tape mod, you got that poppy sound. I'm not gonna put this in our keyboard database just because it is a kit and not really a pre-built keyboard. It is functional if you play around with the layout a little bit. You could throw this in your backpack. It's super lightweight too, even when fully built. So if you are interested in checking this keyboard out, you can use the links down below for all the parts that I used. And thanks so much for ACO for sponsoring this video and letting me get my hands on such an interesting little keyboard. Bye!